About 67% of the rural population in Latin America is poor and earns less than $1 or $2 a day. Most of them depend on agriculture and produce food to cover the basic needs of the developing countries. Regardless of their importance, the small farmers are disappearing to the agro-exporting model. Men, women, and young people are forced to migrate due to lack of economically sustainable options. Feeding our planet has become a global challenge. By 2050, agricultural productions should increase by 70% under ecological, energetic, and food crisis. The weather change forces the agricultural ecosystems to generate food and destroys the economy of the poor. Machine and chemical-based agriculture demands great amounts of energy and is responsible for 30% of gas emissions that are overheating our planet. However, other agricultural techniques could reverse this scenario. Through organic and sustainable production techniques, it is possible to meet the actual and future food demands without compromising the continuity of production. Cedeco seeks that organized groups of agricultural producers from small productions to bring products with added value to consumers that demand sustainable production and fair work practices. Having a bigger participation in the agricultural food chain, families will have access to larger incomes. By adding value, more agricultural and non-agricultural jobs are created. More jobs and better incomes fuel the rural economies and reduce migration from the field. There won't be food safety today or tomorrow without agricultural farmers and sustainable production. Cedeco focuses their work in developing individual as well as collective qualities in production, transformation, and commercialization of goods. The self-sustainability of these rural enterprises is the key to the reactivation of rural communities, reduction of migration, and food safety. Cedeco brings a service of linking organizations to the market with business allies that ensure the introduction and permanency of said organizations. Afaorca and Apodar are two examples that represent the development model Cedeco supports. They went from selling whole coffee beans to selling pre-packaged dark blends in national and international markets. Apodar has managed to become the leading Latin American brand in the production of organic vegetables and main suppliers in Costa Rica. Cedeco has managed to that agroecological farms fix carbon emissions and use less fossil energy, so they are a useful tool to mitigate climate change. We seek that the private sector, municipalities, and foundations compensate for their carbon emissions by purchasing the carbon emissions kept in these farms. The generated resources will be reinvested in projects that add value to the same organizations. Cedeco has demonstrated that it is possible to reverse the actual rural development model without compromising the production of companies looking to offer a good or service. It is possible to transform the producers and their organizations in protagonists of their own development, produce healthy vegetables without compromising natural resources for future generations. We can count with agriculture in favor of the environment and not against it. Cedeco, building the agroecological business.